Hello, welcome to the Two Guys Tech live show. I am John. This is Rich. This is where we talk about this week's news in tech.
Indeed. Episode 132.
Yes, 132. I had to look.
Yeah.
I
So,
remember.
John, how you doing, bud?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Been doing good.
Good.
It's been crazy. That's
Yeah.
what it's been. It's been freaking crazy.
I know, you've been super off the radar today.
Boom. Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining us in the chat. We've got the chat window right there. We already got people talking to us. Hello, peoples.
Well, last week we had Computex.
We did. We have Computex last week, and this week we have OMG, it's E3, everybody.
E3.
If you don't like video games, you're not going to like this.
This show is all
that's the show.
E3.
So, I guess I get to go first one.
Yeah.
All right.
What are we talking about?
All right. We're talking about AMD and the fact that they had more to talk about. Like, they tried to steal the show 2 shows in a row. I'm talking about Computex because they had some huge news at Computex.
2 events all about social media, and they're there.
Yeah. So, I just got to say before I get into this, if you watch the E3 announcements that AMD did, and as well the Computex ones, the CEO of the company, she's up on stage, and she says constantly, "Isn't it gorgeous?"
I know.
It is gorgeous.
It's so annoying.
This is gorgeous. So actually, I'm excited about some of this news. So let's talk about it, starting with their official announcements on details about their graphics cards, right? Yes. Which is appropriate for E3, which is all about video games. Mm-hmm. Starting with the 5700 RX XT, which is okay. So we'll start at the beginning. So 40 compute units, which is essentially similar to describing like little cores. They're not cores, right? They're little independent units for computing data inside of the GPU. It has a 9.7 teraflop performance on the card, 8 gigs of GDDR6, which actually, you know, I was kind of surprised because what does the 2080 Ti have? It's like 12. Something like that. Yeah, it's way up there.
I really haven't kept up
the
to date on the
2080's got 8.
Card.
The 2080. So my guess is that because the 2080's got 8, this has got 8. This is probably, they didn't actually say what this is a competitor to on the RTX side, but I'm guessing it's the RTX 20 is my guess. Up to a 1905 megahertz boost clock, and then here comes the marketing crap, which was new terms. So then they're like, and a 1755 megahertz game clock, and I'm like, WTF game clock? What is this thing you're now calling out? And they claim, and I quote, "It's the average clock speed that you'll experience while playing games on the card." Okay, that's a lot. Hey Satoshi, thanks for joining us. So I thought that was quite interesting.
It's like NVIDIA has ray tracing. What's a new word we could make?
Wait, everybody's coming up with like terms, right? Let's just make up these new things. So that was the new thing. It has a base clock of 1605, which is not too bad. It's all 7 nanometer process, which we talked about in the Computex episode last week about how AMD is the forefront in that extremely small process for all of their silicon. PCIe 4.0, they're the first to market with PCIe 4.0, and a total or a price when it comes out at $450.
That's a pretty good price.
Which is not bad. If it is in fact a competitor to the 2080, that's a good deal. You know, that's it. That's
Across
a good deal.
Yep.
Across the board. Then they came through with their 5700 graphics card, which is their value end of this. It has 36 compute units, a 7.95 T-flops performance, or teraflops of performance, which, okay, that's great. Same 8 gigs of memory, GDDR6, a 1725 megahertz boost clock, a 1625 megahertz game clock, which we just know is something made up, and a 1465 megahertz base clock. They compared it to an RTX 2060, and it looked like, I mean, for all intents and purposes, based on, again, the marketing material, it's all about marketing materials. Like, is that real or not, right? That's what they showed. They compared it to 2060, which it beat by 15 frames a second faster, roughly, give or take. And that has a dollar value of $380, which is a lot cheaper than a 2060. So, again, good deal. Then they pulled a Steve Jobs, where they showed a bunch of video stuff like, oh, we work with Microsoft and we're all buddies and everything's great. And then they came to and they're like, and now we have another one for you. Wait, what did Steve Jobs say? And there's one more thing. Right, okay. Yeah. And they announced the 50th anniversary version of the 57RX XT, sorry, Jesus. It is basically the same card, but it's just way overclocked. That's the best way I can describe it. So looking at this thing, it's same 40 compute units, right? 10.14 teraflops processing, which is compared to the other one, which is what did I write down here? 9.7. It's a bit more, right? Same 8 gigs of memory, 1980 boost clock, 1830 game clock, and a 1680 base clock. So the way I look at this is I say, okay, this is equivalent to a 2080 Ti. That's my guess. Or it's just binned versions of this the 57RX XT. Could be. And that guy, that's their flagship graphics card right now, unless they announce something else, is going for $500, which is a heck of a deal. No question. Like, again, we need to see
independent testing.
Yeah, we need to see actual testing. We need to see people putting it to the test and comparing it real life and playing video games, and we'll see. But that, for what it is. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to mention, you could only buy it off AMD.com. Like, they're selling this on their corporate website.
When's it available, though?
I think they said, like, September is when it was coming out. So, they also announced some game enhancements for their... how good is it for mining? That's a good question. I bet it does a fantastic job in mining because all the AMD cards do a wonderful job.
That's what you used to use for mining.
Yeah, it's back when I was mining coin.
You had 4 of them?
I had RX 290s, right? That's what I had, as a 290. And hey, Highlander, thanks for joining us. And so, yeah, I bet you it does phenomenal at mining coin. But then again, we don't know, right? We don't know until you get those cards. Then they announced the Ryzen 9 3950X, which was not part of the Computex announcement. And this thing, OMG, if this is... I get excited about hardware. I'm not going to lie. I get excited about hardware. 16 cores in a desktop processor.
Yeah.
32 threads in a desktop processor. 4.7 gigahertz boost clock, which is, hey, Intel's already there up in the 5 gigs with the 9900K and stuff. So that's not like mind-blowing, on the clock side. 3.5 base, 72 megs of cache. And they're adding all together. So the level 2 and level 3 cache up to that point. But we're talking Xeon, like, server quantities of cache and compute. 105 watt TDP. 105 watt, which is the same as their other high-end chips that they announced at Computex, and a grand total in September for $750.
I still have maybe
can't.
just me. I see the specs, right?
Yeah.
It's black and white the specs, but I have a really hard time jumping on the hype train. And AMD now is just...
Woo woo! Put me on the AMD hype train. I want that chip. I want that chip in my computer because we're talking about data center quantity of computing.
Yeah.
In a desktop. And I know that's, and at the speeds, I can't imagine. I want...
You better get one and we'll test it.
Want, right? And again, all of this stuff, all of this stuff really is going to be like what happens when you get a real sample of it and you put it through real benchmarking to see what real life says.
Not in the lab and presentation Steve Jobs style.
Right.
So
yeah, that's I can't even. That's and Highlander's got a delidded 9900K, so I'm interested to see if he gets really good clocks out of that. Right when you are down there on a really good Tim and see how it goes. So you gotta let us know, man. You owe us an email. Okay, John.
Yes.
I think you're next with more video game stuff.
What will this run on besides AMD? Because you're gonna have to put those graphics card to use for this. This
Cyberpunk
is a game I've been looking forward to for a while. Speaking of hype train,
wait, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm gonna make myself look terrible here, but I don't know what Cyberpunk 2077 is about. Other than I'm assuming because it says Cyberpunk, it's some William Gibson-esque like dystopian technology future.
Sci-fi.
Sure, but what? I mean, okay, go. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't know anything about it. It honestly doesn't appeal to me.
I mean, Cyberpunk's this whole genre of science fiction as just like this dark future. Think like Aliens / whatever Ridley Scott movies we got. Harrison Ford. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Help me out. We'll think about it here in a second.
What is it? It's oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, I can't remember the name. Anywho, that's really embarrassing. I like
what is the Harrison Ford Blade Runner?
Yes.
Blade Runner.
Thank you.
Shame on you.
Holy
I like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Is Blade Runner a Cyberpunk?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right. Is Blade Runner Cyberpunk, guys? I mean, like.
All right. So
tell me. I don't.
CD Projekt, who made The Witcher, has been working on this for a while. They make some beautiful games.
We have the trailer.
Yeah. Let's just look at the trailer.
Let's play it while we talk. So.
Forgot we had
this is rated. It may be inappropriate for children. Okay.
We'll find out.
Here we go.
All right.
Another copyright strike for Two Guys Tech.
Dude, right. Last week Apple nailed us for one. Now we're like, let's do all the things.
Okay. All right. So I'm looking at Tokyo.
Okay. So the cinematics here are amazing.
Is this in game or is this just like rendered stuff? Do we know?
I don't know. They didn't say on this part. They do have separate trailers that are gameplay, and it looks very similar to this. So I would not be surprised.
I agree with you, Michelle. It's kind of got that same sort of feel.
Yeah. So
does it say samurai in the back of his like jacket?
There's so much stuff that screams microtransactions in this because like there's different jackets and clothing and guns, and so here's the news about this. Is this exclusive to the Epic Games Store? No, it is not.
It's not?
No.
Well, good.
Is this going to have microtransactions? No, it is not.
It's not?
No.
How are they going to make all of their money?
I know, and that could change because it doesn't come out till 2020. No Battle Royale, and
wait, no Battle Royale? Is this game? Game
to me, that's like how I add game or rate games now.
It doesn't have Battle Royale.
I'm not.
Is this single player primarily? Because it looks like one of these games where you just sit by yourself with a game controller and play for hours.
Well, think The Witcher, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
And it is a year away, so I mean, there's still lots of details.
Everything in the future has a little scrolling LED ticker on it.
RGB is the future. What else was I going to say?
Says Corsair.
So the big thing I noticed about this E3 is like everything has ray tracing, right?
Right.
Like everything has ray tracing. So you'll have to get a new AMD card to play this and make it look that pretty.
Oh, he just flipped off the camera.
Yes, he did.
Okay. So, but what makes this game so incredible? Is it just the storyline or something like that, or what?
Just how depth the culture is, the like society.
Is it based on a book or something specific, or what's the deal?
Nothing I know of, no.
So it's just a game.
Nancy wants to know what microtransactions are.
What are microtransactions?
That is a whole debatable issue that gamers really hate right now, but they're successful because gamers buy them.
You didn't say what they are. A microtransaction is, imagine playing a video game that you bought for $60, and during the video game they're like, "Hey, you want a new piece of clothing? We'll give it to you for $1." And people are like, "Here's my $1." And that's so
your $60 game potentially turns into like however much that over time period you spend $1 here, $1 there, it adds up.
Is it like a game where you choose your destination or like choose your like?
It's like semi-open world.
Okay.
So.
But is it more like, hey, here's your chance. Do you want to come out and be friends or stab someone in the face? It looks interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm gonna wait for you to buy it. To be honest with you, because I'm not gonna.
Like I said, I kind of anymore. I don't even guess if game's gonna be good anymore because.
But it's been a while. Keanu Reeves is in it, right?
Yeah, that was the big thing at this E3 was Keanu Reeves is one of the characters, and the audience went freaking insane.
Because he said, I love you too. I love all of you. Or you're beautiful, right?
Yeah, someone yelled out "You're beautiful" to Keanu Reeves. He said "You're beautiful." And
The thing is, I'm not gonna lie. I watched that clip, and it made me smile because Keanu Reeves is a good human being. It's like him and Jon Stewart. We
Yeah.
need to save them. The rest of humanity, I don't know. But
Wow.
Jon Stewart and Keanu Reeves,
They're
they're
genuinely
good.
good people.
They're the good people. We just got to keep those people.
so that's going to be PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and this will be out April 16th, 2020. So there's just a lot of information we still don't know.
Right.
That's, again, E3, everything's so far out. And they're just like, we're excited to show you this stuff.
Oh, you're
So,
breathtaking. Thank you. That's what he said. He said, you're breathtaking. No, you're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
All right.
Hey. Yeah, Keanu is a good guy. Everybody loves Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Although that
Yeah,
last
unless
movie
you
I
hurt his
watched,
dog.
unless you
So-
kill his dog, and then you
Yeah.
better watch out. But that last movie he was in between John Wick 3 and 4 was not good.
I don't even know what that was.
Where his family's all dead, and they're like, I'm gonna
Oh,
make
God.
clones. That was a terrible
I
movie.
couldn't finish that movie.
Uh,
Wow.
Yeah. Thanks for hosting us, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I gotta say that that movie was no bueno. Like,
Going back to Cyberpunk, though.
because in that movie, right? In the movie, his family dies, and he's like, oh, he has a coworker help him hide the bodies.
Yeah, that's
Like,
messed up.
what kind of coworker do you have? Like, oh, sure, I'll do this, but after that, I'm done. I'm sorry, I digress, but thanks, dude. Yeah, continue. I'm sorry,
No, it's
Cyberpunk
okay.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, let's move on. Cyberpunk right now, it just looks pretty and not a lot of substance. So we'll see how that turns out. It looks pretty. We have Keanu Reeves. Summary. That's the cliff notes.
Okay,
Next.
cool. Next,
Okay.
moving on to Doom Eternal, and I'm excited because I played Doom when Doom came out as a kid.
Yeah.
Like we were all kids with our 24K 100 baud modems.
Yeah.
And 24 bauds, not K 100. 24 baud modems. We'd call each other up and play until our moms picked up the phones and wrecked our death matches. Right. I made myself feel old there. So, Doom Eternal. Let's look at while we talk here. Let's look at the extremely bloody clip of
This
Doom
shows
Eternal.
how advanced games have gotten the last couple of
Yeah,
years.
so-
The crazy thing is for how graphically intense, and I hate to say beautiful with all the gore in this game.
Yeah.
But like,
Here we go. Right.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
So this is, I believe, this is in-game footage.
It is.
This is all in-game footage. And boy, Doom has come a long way, hasn't it?
Dude, the fact the last Doom that came out, and I'm sure this is on the same engine. I don't mean to hijack.
No, I don't
this,
know.
Is like this game will run anything like at 60 FPS. It seems
Well,
like.
we'll see.
It's-
I mean, I really want to see. Yeah, it'll run at 60 FPS, but
Yeah.
it's not going to look like that.
I don't
It's
know,
going to look
man.
like a potato.
Dude, I was playing the last one on my 970s, and it looked amazing.
Yeah.
It ran amazing. So.
Yeah, it's stunning. I mean, I don't know, it just disappeared
great
there.
engine.
There we go. So let's talk about it quickly while we still have the thing going. You have a new location. You get to fight in heaven instead of just hell this time. So you can just take over both ethereal planes of existence.
Wow.
And I think that might be actually heaven there because it looks white. I don't know why there's
Could be.
demons in heaven, but we don't know much about
Well,
that.
I mean, every level's hell normally.
It's got
so.
the eyeball dudes. Oh my gosh! I mean, it's got a lot of nostalgia for me in it. I'm not gonna lie. It's got this new custom game type, this battle mode where it's 3 people playing against each other. One is as Doom guy, right, and then 2 as demons. And John wrote this down. I didn't technically hear this, but in their E3 trailer, they were talking about how with demons I can overcome someone's Twitch skills and strategy and teamwork, and that was the spark. I think that's. We've seen other games with that kind of mode. What was that game? Monster Hunter.
And that
Right?
did not take off at
True.
all.
So, but
This isn't just that, though. I mean, this is an addition, essentially.
I mean, look at this game. I know that I'm sure my mom's watching this right now. She's like, that's disgusting. That's just not cool. And I'm like, did you see the blood and guts on that guy? How it just went.
Yeah, it's part of the fun.
So
But Evolve. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah. So
But I mean,
Evolve.
Evolve
Evolve
was only that mode, though. I mean, this is mainly first person with that.
Yeah,
so-
that's true. But I mean, Evolve had so much promise and never came
yeah.
through. It never came through. So
Again, another E3 game.
Yeah.
E3 game we got excited about.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited about Doom. I don't know if you guys are excited about Doom, but
Well,
I am.
it's software, so.
I'm sorry, Nancy. Yeah, it's gooey. It's blood and guts, but
Yeah.
it just it speaks to me. It speaks to me on a level that I only get.
It's
yeah.
part of the appeal is the absurdity. I mean, it's just yeah.
But moving on, what else do we got here?
Yeah, she probably does.
Yeah,
Probably
exactly.
does.
Oh, moving on. Okay, so Outerworlds, which I know again nothing about.
All
So
right,
is
this
it
is
the
something else.
Fallout game we deserve?
Hopefully. So this is actually from the creators of Fallout and Fallout Vegas. So let's go and play the trailer here.
Okay, we'll play it. Highlander, let's talk about it offline, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, after the show, we should be able to get on Discord actually. So.
Okay, so tell me about.
Okay.
This.
So it's from the creators of Fallout. So think dark humor.
Okay.
And going back to the Fallout, there's a slow motion VATS-like combat system
Okay.
that they actually call tactical time dilation.
Yeah, they can't really call it VATS, because I'm sure that's owned by.
No,
somebody.
a bit of a copyright deal.
Yeah.
The dialogue is based on the player's build, a lot like Fallout.
Okay.
So there's going to be great options that you can't choose because your character's build isn't appropriate for that comment.
Cool.
And I'll get on to that later. Here's the interesting part. These are actual quotes from E3. The inspiration from the film Brazil. The Coen brothers. This is my favorite part. This is the transition. Also, Firefly and Futurama. So
it's going to have that goofy wit that the original Fallout series had, right?
yeah.
Because that was a big thing that I felt like Fallout 76 didn't have, was any of that like really good like wit. There was all the people and the quirky characters, that just were absent.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to know that they're going to put that into this.
So this really does look like a combination of Borderlands and Fallout.
Except it doesn't have the cartoony look, right?
Well, no, I mean, it's got its own identity, but... Okay, so here's my concerns.
Shink. Oh, that guy's dead.
They also said at E3 that the game is just long enough to be really fun and feel like you have a nice media experience.
Okay.
So far, the team feels like they've been successful in creating replayability. So
in other words, there's no replayability in this game.
they're basically saying
That's what they're
it's
saying.
a short game, and they're focusing on making it replayable,
Okay.
so you can get those other dialogue options and do different builds.
I see.
And there are some games that have great replayability, and they're still long.
This game has nothing to do with Bethesda, right?
Yeah.
It does?
Or no, I'm sorry. It does not.
Okay, because this game engine smells like the Fallout game engine. And it worries me because there were so many bugs, and there have been so many bugs in that game engine.
It's a super old engine.
Yeah, exactly, and they're still using it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure a lot of it is, look what these mods can do for the game. So, yes,
Yeah.
Mass Effect. That is one I've replayed way too many times. And
Yeah.
I could do it again.
Tell me about Andromeda again.
Yeah, okay, so this game, we're skipping it. This will be PC, Xbox, and PS4.
Yeah.
It is coming out this year,
Okay.
October 25th.
Nice. So it's almost ready to go. I mean,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. So I'm hoping good things. The whole short game thing really gets to me. It just seems like a cutting corners of. I keep thinking of Dragon Age, where like, the whole game's one level, and they try to cut corners to make it cheaper by like, well, now we're 20 years in the future, so it's the same level but different characters.
We changed the.
And that was the whole game. Was just the
Really?
same level over and over and over again, but different time
I
periods.
gotta admit, I never played Dragon Age.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah.
Well, the last one was good, but
Don't hate me.
anywho.
Dragon Age 3, right? Is that the last good one?
Yeah. 2 is the one that EA tried to, as an experiment. So,
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Xbox as we're talking about video games. Microsoft was very present at E3, as you'd expect, right? And they brought up their new Xbox, basically, and it's called Project Scarlett. And it sounds like it's going to be, again, marketing talk here, sounds like it's going to be a monster.
Yeah, it's got some good specs.
So let's talk about the specs. So they claim it is 4 times more powerful than an Xbox One X, which is the Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing is 4K 60 frames a second, so that's good, right? I guess that's where you get the details coming up here, right? They have a custom engineered AMD GPU in it. My guess it's probably somewhere around that 5700 RX XT.
Oh, I'm sure.
My guess, right? That was just announced. It's a good time to synergistically put that together at E3. 8K resolution. 8K. Now, you're not going to go out and buy an 8K TV, but when they're available and they're the price of 4K TVs, hey, you can plug it in and use it, which, again, and 120 FPS.
Right.
On 8K. No one out there gets the gravitas of that, but I'm just like, jeez.
I'm not holding my breath on that.
Yeah, you shouldn't. They support ray tracing, but as you've written here, it's not just ray tracing, it is next-gen ray tracing, which is not just ray tracing. So take that.
Everything can run ray tracing, amazing as it is.
Take that, NVIDIA.
Yeah.
We don't want your old ray tracing. We want the next-gen ray tracing.
Right.
Oh, gosh. Comes an SSD, AMD Zen 2 CPU in it, their Radeon RDNA architecture, which is built into all of these new AMD graphics cards. It's got a CD drive or a Blu-ray disc, right? Which obviously that whole attempt at testing the waters on a non-Blu-ray disc version of Xbox.
That was really quick, but... Yeah.
But who knows how this has been working out. And they claim it will support all of your existing Xbox One games.
Which they're actually currently working on
which is awesome. Come on, man. We should be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
This is 2019. There's no reason why we should completely prevent you from accessing your entire old library.
I'm glad they're not going Nintendo's route of like, oh, here's our old games, you have to pay for them again.
Yeah. Oh, guess what? We have an entire store where we sell them.
I also don't expect Nintendo to have a console in the future that can like take NES cartridges, but I mean,
when your cartridge is as big as the Switch, what are you gonna do, right?
DVDs and Blu-rays are still a medium.
Well, yeah, the Blu-ray especially because you can fit a ton of data on there.
Yeah.
But you're getting close. I mean, I downloaded GTA 5 again. That's 87 gigs.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a break. You're not fitting that on anything. Whatever. Anyway, and it will also support all the Xbox One accessories, which is awesome. I'm excited about that. Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be a beefy machine. We will see. However, I'm not a console player, but I mean, PC Master Race for the win. Moving on. So you've got more Xbox stuff.
All right. So speaking about Xbox and not really seeing anything or what it can do, you got a pretty sweet trailer for Halo showing Master Chief, and this is going to be the release title for the new Xbox. So like the Xbox, we're not going to see this until 2020 holiday, so it's going to be a while. Which
is why we didn't see any game.
Well, right. I mean,
footage.
They're not going to show off footage for the next Xbox until they're ready to show it. Yeah, so that's why you only see a game trailer.
They can still do it. I mean, I guess I understand because I'm willing to bet you that the Project Scarlett is not performing up to spec yet, and it's probably a big pile of boards that are all plugged in together, and.
So it's going to be based on the Slipspace engine. Obviously, it's going to come out at the same time as the Xbox, so holiday 2020.
Yes.
So that's all I got for Halo.
Yes.
All they gave us is a trailer, and they did mention that is going to be more Master Chief centric.
Okay.
Like the last Halo, you go back and forth between the protagonist and Master Chief.
Wait, Master Chief's not the protagonist?
Well, it is. Well, you know what I mean. Whatever.
I never played Halo.
Words.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he doesn't touch consoles whatsoever.
Forgive me for not being a Halo fan person.
Yeah.
See, fan person. All right, John.
Yes.
I think that leads us to oh yes, John's skateboarding dog.
This is so stupid.
This is great. Tell everybody about this. This is.
All right, so.
I mean,
let's just go back to
it's not awesome. It's not awesome. It's terrible, but it's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Schadenfreude much? Sorry.
Twitch makes a lot of money from Dr. Disrespect, and Dr. Disrespect
Who is Dr. Disrespect? Can you tell me who he is?
He's a streamer with a very ridiculous persona.
Yes.
And he wears a wig and sunglasses, and he's very outgoing.
And he's got a giant fake mustache, too, like a giant handlebar mustache.
Yeah, basically he talks crap to, like, everyone he plays with and just screams and throws stuff around, and he just does ridiculous stuff on his stream.
Right.
So he's at E3 right now. Okay. And the cameraman actually followed him into the men's room. And he screamed, "Bodyguards!" And then he said, I wrote it down here, "Ladies and gentlemen, I have to take a diarrhea." And then the camera turned off. Well, 300,000 people were watching his stream at the time of this. And
I just can't.
Urinals were in view, including underage people.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And?
So he's in California, and obviously it's illegal. It can't just be California.
I'm sure it's illegal everywhere to record in a bathroom. I mean, so, I don't know about the specifics. I've never been in a situation where I need to find out the legality of bathroom recording before, but I digress.
So the funny thing is, like, everyone was just acting like nothing was going on. Like, I don't know. I watched it because I was curious, and you can't see anything, but still, it's like, okay, there's people standing at a urinal.
Yeah.
But different story about PAX. Funny story. But
so. What happened? What did Twitch do to him?
An hour later, he got banned from Twitch. So, and there's no news of when he's going to come back, or it's indefinite. I'm sure they have this giant board meeting.
Oh my gosh!
Immediately afterwards, of like, you're not going to believe what this guy did.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos is probably being woken up off his space yacht and called in so they can make a decision. The guy makes Twitch a ton of money.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, no, he's gone. I mean, we saw that with PewDiePie, right? We saw that. Who's the guy who went to that forest in Japan and filmed a dead guy and be like, oh, surprise, shock, horror.
Yeah, I don't even care.
But I mean, those people, they all come back.
Yeah.
Because in the end, what is the business like?
Well, the internet
money.
has like a 2-second memory.
It's not even that. Corporations are like, well, we can't cut into our bottom line. Those guys bring a lot of eyeballs.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing is, what? Twitch kicks him off. What does he do? He just goes to YouTube.
That's the thing.
Until he violates
of
YouTube.
The crazy thing about Twitch is a lot of the money doesn't come from ad revenue for the streamer. It's Patreon or donating money. So like if you watch this guy, he shows on the side of his, for those that don't know what this does, like you can see people like live donating money and how much they donate.
Right.
And it's just ping after ping after ping of like $5, $10. And there's been a couple like $100 in there, and there's been thousands. I mean, every once in a while.
The guy's funny. I mean, there's been a few clips I've been like, that's genuinely funny.
There you go, Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, that was the dude. Yeah, Logan Paul was the guy. But I mean, he's one of many, right?
Yeah.
Purveyor of the extreme.
Well, it's live and it's not filtered. I mean,
sure.
They don't have lawyers like, oh, we need to edit this out. So.
Yeah, but like the Logan Paul and the PewDiePie, I mean, that was all edited video that they uploaded, right? I don't know if it was.
Well, still, it doesn't go through YouTube.
Right,
like,
you know, no one looks at it until it makes the news.
Until there's a reactionist on the news.
And until it ends up on the news.
And like in this case, there's estimated around 300,000 people are watching. So.
Which is a huge amount of eyeballs.
Yeah.
It's a huge amount of eyeballs.
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness.
That's all I got.
That was a great story, but yeah.
Great story.
Like, whoa, that's a great
Breaking
story.
news.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh. Oh god. So John, I gotta ask because I haven't done this in a while. What are you playing video game wise, and what are you looking forward to? I mean, so much is coming out. I mean, between you and me, I know what you're playing. It starts with P and ends in Emir.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to play from E3? I mean, that's a better question.
I don't know.
He looks through his notes.
Yeah, well,
it's gonna be.
I'm looking forward to all these, and I think the only one that's guaranteed to be fun is Doom.
Yeah, Doom will be fun for about 35 minutes, 40 minutes. But it'll still be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you can really stomach that game at any given time.
And there was a lot of other good games at E3. These are just my highlights.
GTA 5, yeah. GTA 5 always hits the spot, doesn't it?
So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not holding my breath in any of these, that's for sure.
I don't know. I have great hope for Outerworlds just because I want basically Fallout 3.
Everything
I want Fallout 3. That's what I want. I want my Fallout 3, and I want it to be Fallout 3.
And everything they said and described about the game is everything I like.
Right.
I mean...
Yeah, it's...
again, that's what they're selling, so...
Yeah, I don't know.
No hands-on yet.
So I wanted to say, I have been playing Trover Saves the Universe.
Yes, you have.
Trover Saves the Universe is not safe for work. It is not a kid-friendly game. But if you like Rick and Morty, oh my god, you've got to play that game. It's a lot of fun. It's a ton of fun. Oh, John, so I guess we should talk about our closing, right? So John and I are wearing our swag. If you like what you see and you want to support us, we take all of the monies that we make from these shirts at that address there, and we basically plow it back into the channel and make content that we primarily put on YouTube, right? So like that being said, if you are seeing us for the first time, we're mostly a YouTube channel, but we like to stream to every platform. So if you're watching us on Twitch or Mixer or Periscope or Facebook,
it's everything.
Everything.
Go to the YouTubes, though.
If it receives signal, we're transmitting to it, whether it receives us or not.
Next pigeon.
Yeah. So, thank you. I appreciate hearing that you like the new logo. We actually I have a coworker who's married to a graphic designer.
Yeah.
And he made these, and it's phenomenal. So
we just need to figure out how to transition.
Yes.
The rest of this to it.
Yeah, I don't know that the old world's still there because, whatever. Anyway, and everybody, thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you back next Thursday, same time, same place, same platform, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you again. See you.